In today's video, we're taking a look at the Intex 2500 gallons per hour crystal clear cartridge filter pump. Everything that we use on the video, we're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So this particular filter is made by Intex. It's rated at 2500 gallons per hour with a flow rate of 1900 gallons per hour. It has an automatic timer that can be set from 2 hours to 12-hour cycles. And according to the manufacturer, it can be used in minimum pool sizes of 4,000 gallons or a maximum pool size of 15,200 gallons. It has connections of 1.5 inches or 38 millimeters. It uses type B style filters. It has an integrated GFCI connection that runs on 110 to 120 volts. And the first thing that we get in the box is the adjustable pool inlet jet nozzle. And this particular one comes with the air connector and air jet valve. And the good thing about this particular nozzle, it is adjustable. You can set it to the angle that you like. And on top of that, it has an air function that would aerate the stream as it comes out. According to the manufacturer, this can help to mix in the pool chemicals a lot easier. And on top of that, it looks cool. So let's say if your particular pool does not come with this accessory, you can upgrade it to this one. If you do, you have replacement parts. If you're upgrading to this system, the first thing that you want to do is verify that you have a pool. Once you locate the pool and not the neighbor's pool, you want to use safety. So disconnecting your pump from the electricity is the way to go, because the last thing you want on a clear sunny day is to die. Second, you want to take your wallet and throw it out the window, because now we're going to take the water level and bring it under the inlet or outlet connections of your pool. Once you have your inlet air connector disassembled and your old connector removed, we want to make sure that the flat strainer rubber washer is in the inside of the pool. We want to make sure that our air jet valve hole is looking up. Next, we want to install our strainer nut, and always remember the ancient rule passed down generation to generation of lefty loosey, righty tighty. Once you feel it tight, that should be good enough. Remember, everything being plastic, the last thing you want is go from a connector upgrade to a new pool buy. Next, in our particular case, we're going to install an on and off plunger valve from our previous install video. We'll leave links on the description. Then our air jet valve, and lastly our air jet valve cap. But remember, in your case, instead of connecting the plunger valve, you can connect it directly to the hose. Now on the inside of the pool, we're going to install the adjustable pool inlet jet nozzle, and always remember lefty loosey, righty tighty. As you can see, the nozzle is adjustable, so if you want to point it up, to the left, to the right, to the top, you are the king, queen, both, or none of your castle. If we remove the cap from the air jet valve, you will have an aerated stream that not only looks nice, it creates more movement on the water, helping to mix the chemicals faster and a lot better. And any other juice that they want to sell with this part. And now that we drank the Kool-Aid, also included in the box are two hoses. They have 1.5 inch connectors, and they have a length of 59 inches. And the fighters are virtually identical. And now for the star of the show, we have the filter pump. We have two gaskets at the inlet and outlet connection that we want to make sure 100% that we install this in the installation, because the last thing you want is a leak and have to throw your wallet out the window again. We want the flat side looking outward and make sure that we have a tight seal. On the right side of the pump, we have the air release valve or sediment release valve, which is great when cleaning your filter and you still have water on the reservoir or any dirt, grime, or any findings from the pool party. This is an easy and convenient way to remove that. And what we like about all their air release valves on this particular pump is that they have tabs that to be able to remove the cap completely, you have to press in to release. So that means you won't lose the cap as easily. And at the top of that same location, we have the housing for the air filter. We start with the top with an air valve sediment release valve. Then we have the threaded filter housing collar. We use the same technique of lefty loosey, righty tighty. Next, we have the filter housing cover, and we finally make way to our filter cartridge type B. And the difference from the A and C filter compared to the B filter is that the A and C filter are 8 inches tall, while the type V is 10 inches tall. The inside diameter is 2 inches for the A filter as well as the B filter, and for the C filter is 1 inches 3/4. And now we come to the left side of the pump, and this is where the motor is located at. At the top we have an air release valve, which in this case, according to the manufacturer, is not a sediment release valve as well. And as you can see, it has an O-ring, and it uses the same mechanism of tab push insert that does not let it be removed unless you push in the tabs, and then you can completely remove the air release valve, which again is another plus, because the last thing you want on 95-degree weather is to be looking for a cap that you can't find. We have carrying openings right under the motor housing, and if we take a look at the back, we're gonna see a knob, which is our automatic timer, which can be set from 2 hours to 12 hour preset cycles, meaning if you want to have the pump on just for 2 hours a day, 4 hours, 6 hours, or whatever number your heart's desired, it means that every day at the same time that you set the timer will run the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. And the only two ways that that cycle might be interrupted, if you hit the reset button on the GFCI outlet switch, someone disconnects it, or the light goes out. Also on the knob we have the off position and also a continuous on position as well. If we take a look at all the way at the bottom to the left side, we have the cord. Is a GFCI switch style cord. According to our measurements, it roughly measures about 25 feet in length, and like any GFCI switch, it has a reset and test button. And now that we filled your brain with data, we're ready for the install. And because safety is the #1 thing, the first thing that we want to do is disconnect or turn off our pump. We want to make sure that we remove the water under the inlet or outlet, and in our particular installation, we're connecting this to a summer wave spool. If you have a summer wave spool, you can check out our videos on how to replace the summer waves connectors for Intex connectors, as well as other pool videos. We'll leave links on the description. But no matter which kind of pool you have, or brand, or type, or size, the technique will be the same. What you want to do is remove any hoses from your previous pump, unless you're upgrading to the same pump, and that could be removing the screw-on hose clamps, or just loosening and untightening and then removing your Intex connections. And remember, the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. What you always want to make sure is that your hose connector has its flat strainer rubber washer on the inside of each connection. In our particular case, we're going to start where the water comes into the pump. We're going to make sure that it's tight and doesn't move so we can have a tight, secure connection. Then we're going to remove the hose from our outlet where the water comes out once filtered. In this particular case is a screw-in hose clamp. In your particular case, it can be just a regular Intex connector. And once removed, we're going to connect our other hose to this outlet, always remembering to have the washer placed on the inside of the hose connector. We want to make sure that we tighten and that nothing is loose. In your particular case, it may be connected directly to the air jet connector, or in our case, we have the on and off valve before the air connector. So no matter if you have a direct connect or not, the technique is the same. Now that our both hoses is one connected to the inlet and the other one connected to the outlet, we're ready to connect it to the pump. We're gonna first start with the side of the hose where the water comes into. We want to make sure that we have our washer both on our pump and our hose connector. Then we're going to tighten our connector down and make sure that it's tight. We don't want to over tighten. Remember, everything is plastic. And the last thing you want is to have to buy a new part when you just bought the whole system. And now next, we're going to install the other hose where the water comes out too. And that one goes connected on the side where the filter is at. Once again, we want to make sure that both the pump and the hose connector have their washers. Always remember when tightening to use both arms for an even pump. And now you've done it. It's installed. You want to get your wallet back from out the window, turn back on the water, fill the pool level to above the inlet and outlet, or according to your pool's marking. But a pro tip, just to cover the inlet and outlet is the way to go, because like that we can do a test run without having to fill the pool all the way up. In case we have a leak, you don't have to take your wallet again and throw it out the window. If you have an on and off valve, you want to open it or turn it on so the water can rush into the pool pump. And now comes a crucial step on the installation. We want to release all the air from inside the pump. We don't want to run the pump with air on the system. This may cause an early death to your pockets as well. Once we see water coming out and no more air, you're ready for the next step, and that is connecting your GFCI switch to an outlet, turning on the pool pump, grabbing an ice cold bubbly liquid gold bottle of water, and admiring your work. And now you've done it. You become a black belt and pool installation pump systems of your block. If you want to check out other pool videos, we'll leave links on the description. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.